Punisher: One Last Kill is on the way, a 1-hour, mature audiences only, brutal special presentation featuring the titular character in what the creators behind the series call his most lethal outing ever. We got the first poster and the official title, and I'm getting a little bit of a Logan vibe from the poster alone. And that makes me even more mad that this isn't a fucking movie. Hey everybody, Colton here, and the Punisher special, Punisher: One Last Kill, is coming out the week after the Daredevil Born Again Season 2 finale. So I wouldn't be surprised if Punisher makes an appearance in the finale that sets up his special for the following week. So I want to talk about why this special presentation is called One Last Kill, what that means for the future of Frank Castle, and where this project takes place on the timeline regarding Punisher's role in Spider-Man Brand New Day. And are they about to nerf Punisher? No, they're not. So today's Ask Colton question, it comes to us from Tyreese. Tyreese writes, "Hey Colton, with the Punisher special being called One Last Kill, but Punisher also being in Spider-Man Brand New Day, which comes out after that, do you think that means we're about to see a Punisher in Spider-Man that doesn't kill anymore?" All right, really great and fair question, Tyreese. So the synopsis of the special is this. We follow Frank Castle as he attempts to step away from his violent past. He wants to live a life away from revenge, but this piece is temporary because he is pulled right back into action and conflict. Okay, so that sounds great. It's very simple, as it should be. Frank Castle attempting to live a quiet life and getting caught right up back in the middle of some bullshit that he can't ignore. That's great. It's great for a Punisher story. Has it been done before? Sure. Does that matter? Not even a little bit. So in Born Again, we see Punisher, he's living in a pretty sad state, but he ends up getting his shit together. And come the end of that season, he gets recruited by Karen, and I think he cleans up, he cuts his hair, he goes and he saves Daredevil. And then, of course, he is captured by the Kingpin's task force. Now, we know that he ends up escaping, but we haven't seen him since. I don't see Punisher retiring from his, Punisher ring before the Kingpin problem is dealt with. So he very well may have a role to play in the finale of Born Again Season 2, hopefully more than the finale. Reports indicate that he's not in the season, but maybe that just means he has like a special appearance come the finale. And that moment where Kingpin is defeated, that could then give him the peace he needs to feel like he can now retire and not live in this constant anguish, and maybe finally hang up the skull and attempt to have a normal life, like swinging a hammer or turning a wrench, and not on, somebody's head or fingers, but, just have a normal job and live in peace under a different name. But with people like Frank Castle, trouble tends to find them, so it does make sense that he's getting pulled right back in. As for the title, One Last Kill, and the synopsis saying that Frank wants to move on, that does kind of imply that maybe he's about to take Daredevil's side of the argument that he shouldn't be killing every bad guy he encounters. For years, we've seen Matt and Frank fight over that core disagreement that they have when it comes to dealing with bad guys. And while Matt has certainly slipped and come close to going over that edge, hell, he even kind of did go over that edge when he threw Bullseye off that edge, off that rooftop. That could have very well killed him, and he knew that. Bullseye just happened to survive. So we could see Frank want to become more of a traditional do-gooder, go over that edge to Daredevil's side and be someone that isn't known as some raging, gunslinging killer, but instead, captures bad guys and beats the hell out of them to the point that they wish they were dead, but then turns them over to the police. And the way that Punisher is presented in the Brand New Day trailer, that kind of feels like that's what they're going for. It's like this more comic booky animated series vibe Punisher. Hell, in the animated series, in the Neogenic Nightmare saga, which Brand New Day is heavily borrowing from, by the way, we see Punisher riding around in his van looking for missions to prove to the public that he can be a good guy superhero and not someone that the public should fear. So maybe in Brand New Day, that's what he's doing. Hell, he can still be ruthless, but he's trying to be a vigilante more like Spider-Man and Daredevil in this new age of vigilantes post Mayor Fisk being ousted and now having a new mayor, a new administration who gives the key to the city to Spider-Man and who is more accepting of heroes. So yeah, I think come the end of this really super brutal Punisher special, maybe we do see Frank's last kill. He decides to become a non-killing hero, setting the stage for him to appear in Spider-Man Brand New Day. But then the question becomes, well, one, why doesn't Spider-Man want Punisher's help, in that chase sequence if Punisher has stopped killing? And if he does stop killing, is that what we want? Do we want the Punisher to stop killing? That's kind of his thing. I mean, what are his guns going to shoot? Rubber bullets? And if you're doing, this very bloody and graphic extreme Punisher special where he's killing people right and left, only to have then this complete tone shift for the character where he doesn't kill at all, I don't know. It just seems a little contradictory and directionless. Then again, it makes me go back to Walking Dead, where we saw Morgan kind of go through the same thing. I don't know if you guys have seen Walking Dead or watched it that deep, but the character of Morgan, he is he thinks he's got to kill everybody, and then he completely flips and becomes a pacifist, or not a pacifist. He'll fight you, but he refuses to kill anybody. So we could see Punisher kind of go through a bit of a transition there, where this special is so, to the bone, rage-filled, killing, bloody, that he does finally say, I've had enough, I'm not killing anymore. I think the best way to do it would be, because you can't just have Frank's character be this raging, unhealed monster all of the time. If you do that, there's no room for growth, and that becomes stale, and the character becomes boring and predictable. So you do need to have him trying to do better without, giving up the key traits of his character at the same time. So if they want to transform him into being a more level-headed and calculated character when it comes to his kills, maybe, a Punisher that will kill but prefers not to and gives his victims more chances than he would have done prior, that could be good. And I'd love to see Punisher, trying not to kill people. It's difficult for him not to go to that next step and kill them. And that could be really deep and at the same time really funny. Now, if Punisher wasn't in Spider-Man, I could see the title and the idea of this special kind of really seeming like this possible send-off for the character, like a last hurrah, Bernthal's Logan, if you will, and actually have Frank Castle die. But I seriously doubt they'll kill off the character, and if they were to kill off the character, you think they'd wait and release this special after Brand New Day and not have it take place before, but come out first? So I think the fact that he's in Brand New Day, that kind of already lets us know kind of how this special is going to end. And can I just say that on the topic of it being special, I know I've said it before, hell, I've said it in this video, but it's a damn shame that it's just some 1 hour special on streaming and not a 90-minute R-rated, $50 million budget Punisher movie coming to the big screen. It just feels like such a waste. I mean, John Bernthal's been in movies. He can do it. Give us that Punisher movie. But no, we get the worst of both worlds. Not a series, not a theatrical movie, a TV movie. But hey, I'm still excited for it. It's going to be badass. It's going to kick ass. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. And I think it would be really cool if they keep the character around as a main supporting character or cast member of this new Spider-Man trilogy, the Brand New Day trilogy. Have him be a reoccurring character in those Spider-Man films. Daredevil too. That'd be awesome. But yeah, those are just my thoughts. I would love to hear yours down in the comments below. What did you think of the poster? What do you think of the title? What do you think's happening? Thank you so much to Tyreese for submitting your question to AskColtonNow@gmail.com. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified every time we upload a new video. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.